recently went through this exercise where we were creating a mission statement, and it was this class that we were taking, and after the mission statement we had to come up with some key characteristics that were necessary to accomplish our mission in our mission statement. And so I got to thinking at how applicable that is to accomplishing our personal missions as well. Those actions that we know we need to take to create that lasting change. Every mission in life, whether it be career, company, personal, marriage, demands certain characteristics from the people who are involved in accomplishing that mission, right? These key characteristics have to be necessary to accomplish your mission, and they also must be aspirational and achievable. You can't have key characteristics that are out of reach, right? So these are things that you have to embody to achieve that mission. So when it comes to your health and vitality, when it comes to your 2020 goals, I've come up with 3 characteristics in rank order that are necessary to achieving your goals, to taking the action, necessary to take the action to get to your goal, to win, to succeed, right? Remember last week, succeed is not achieved, it is rented, and rent is due every day. So first characteristic, believe. Faith is another way to say this. We say to our kids at Christmas, you must believe to receive, but the same is true in completing the actions necessary to accomplish your personal goals, right? You have to believe that you actually can succeed. These are attainable for you, these are realistic, and you have what it takes to achieve them. The minute you say, gosh, I know I need to lose weight, I need to eat healthy, but I just can't, I don't like healthy food. You're right, you can't, you've already lost. The minute you say, you know, I'd love to have a better marriage, we have so many challenges. You're right, you're screwed. You're never gonna have a great marriage because you don't believe. You have to get rid of those limiting beliefs, get yourself in the mindset that I can. It's okay to admit that it will be hard, by the way. It's okay to think that you will have setbacks because you will. Anything worth achieving is hard, and you're going to have setbacks. But just doing nothing will accomplish nothing. Hope is not a strategy. I totally stole that from Rachel Hollis, so I'm sure stole it from someone else. So start surrounding yourself with people who encourage that belief. You are the sum of the 5. So don't keep hanging out with crabs in 2020. So first characteristic is belief. Second, vulnerability. It's like a buzzword these days. Everyone's talking about being vulnerable. And it's not that you have to, get on camera and cry like I have recently, but you just must be willing to acknowledge where your struggles are and then utilize your strengths. If you're not sure even what your strengths are, I do have an exercise for you, and send me a note if you want me to send that over to you. There are 24 signature strengths, and they're kind of lumped into 5 or 6 different categories, and it is really fascinating when you go through it and you'll see how many strengths you actually have. So that would circle back up to belief, right? So you must be willing to be vulnerable. Seek out others who can help you, who can coach you, who have had success in that area, who can hold you accountable. You must let go of the shame, let go of any ego, and be vulnerable enough to ask for help. People that have succeeded, that see people wanting to succeed or wanting to try harder, are so willing to help others. I cannot tell you. I said just earlier that success is not achieved, it's rented, and the rent is due every day. Every single person who has already taken the actions that you want to take right now were once where you are. Having to take the first step, having to make the sacrifice, having to say no to people, which is really hard and uncomfortable, having to say no, thank you to hard things that you really, really want, like cake, So those people, though, that have had success, that are willing to coach you and to be there for you, are successful because they show up every day and pay their rent. So it is in the little things. So first characteristic, Belief. Second, vulnerability. Third, compassion. Oh man, you gotta love yourself more. It just feels like everyone else can just microwave their success and achieve their goals, right? You see all the highlight reels on Instagram and Facebook, and so you're like, God, I suck. I feel less than, or like a failure, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy. Like, it's not gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna have a great body and a great car and a great marriage and a great job. You must be willing to give yourself grace for where you are. You have to start somewhere, and if you don't start, you never will. So you give yourself grace for your setbacks, grace for your emotions. It's okay to feel your feelings. Grace for the sacrifices that you're enduring now to have something better tomorrow. Grace for the guilt and shame you feel. Gosh, you gotta love yourself, you gotta have compassion, and then you gotta also extend that grace to others. If somebody doesn't want you to change and they're your crab, it's nothing to do with you. It's total reflection on them and their own insecurities. So give them some grace. You got to give grace to those who let you down, because you might have someone that you look up to as a coach or a mentor that might not be there when you need them to. And you got to give them some grace. Grace to those who are obstacles to change. You know, you're making the changes. You have the power to lead your people. The people that are trying to pull you down, you can lead them out. You can lead the crabs out of the bucket. You take the crabs out of the bucket just by showing up. I'm working with a client right now who had some friends, and they were all talking about doing dry January. And they were thinking of doing mostly dry January. And I said, why mostly? Why don't you just be the person that says, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be dry January. If you want to get on my bus, the bus that is someone who succeeds, who shows up, and I'm paying my rent every day, and who's having, it's crushing their goals, you can come with me, because I will be the positive force, the leader, to help you when you're feeling vulnerable and when you're feeling challenged or temptations, you know, those are going to come up. So be the leader and then give them grace. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. And as always, be disciplined and have a great week.